Hi, I'm Faiza. I'm a marketing student here at Curtin.
I came to Australia when I was 10, and for most of my life, I've struggled with identity and belonging.
But I knew when I got to uni, community would just find me. But it didn't quite happen like that.
It took time, but along the way, Curtin became more than just a degree. In this video, I'm reflecting on that journey, what I've learned about myself, my work, and where I'm heading next.
So, this is my story of finding purpose, building community, and learning how to turn my potential into proof.
It was so insightful to go back and look at my employability results from 2023.
The graph captured me right as I was making my transition after moving from UWA to Curtin.
It showed strong emotional literacy and teamwork. I could always connect with people, but low career identity and learning mindset. Back then, I had potential without direction, creativity and empathy, but no structure to use them.
At UWA, I was chasing expectations, not my passion. And my undiagnosed ADHD made consistency really tough.
When I moved to Curtin and shifted to marketing, I started aligning my studies with what naturally energized me: creativity, storytelling, and strategy. That's when I started seeing how employability isn't just about grades or ticking boxes. It's about finding an environment and discipline that brings out your best self.
My turning point was gradual. I started posting on TikTok. I even started doing some freelance marketing. I joined a bunch of different clubs.
Each small step built momentum. My work started from a digital portfolio that reflected my skills and consistency. I realized that no one was going to build my portfolio for me. I had to prove my capability through action.
So that slow snowball led to my first corporate role, the campaign producer at Curtin.
That job symbolized everything that the employability tool measured. I transformed areas like career identity and goal-directed behavior from my weakest goals into clear strengths. I finally proved to myself that I can not only set a direction, but follow through and deliver.
So throughout the semester, there were so many seminars about teamwork and leadership. And for me, seminar 4, which was the spaghetti tower exercise, and seminar 6, which was the Lego exercise, really revealed to me who I am in a team.
Those sessions showed me leadership isn't fixed. It changes with the situation. In the spaghetti tower exercise, I stepped up when the team needed direction. In the Lego City exercise, I stepped back to help others collaborate. It taught me that good teamwork isn't about leading or following. It's about sensing what the group needs. So for most of my life, and especially after I got my ADHD diagnosis, I never really saw myself as a leader. To me, leadership was about structure. It was about control, and those were the two qualities or skills that I felt like I struggled most of my life with. But Seminar 4 challenged that belief. In that activity, my quick thinking and adaptability became strengths. I could see gaps, act fast, and coordinate the team under pressure. A week later, Seminar 6 taught me that stepping back doesn't mean stepping down. It means knowing when to listen. I realized that leadership isn't about control. It's about awareness, empathy, and timing. This unit has changed how I show up in groups. I focus on creating a space where everyone's ideas can surface. Now I'm more intentional. I ask early questions, I clarify direction, and I notice when the energy shifts. That awareness shapes how I now lead marketing projects and client work.
The biggest shift is honestly internal. I now see my ADHD as not something that's limiting, but something that makes me dynamic.
These 2 seminars didn't just teach me about teamwork, they taught me about myself. Leadership isn't about control, it's about connection. It's a lesson I'll carry far beyond this unit.
My journey at uni has been about finding belonging as much as it's been about studies.
At the start of my uni journey, I was at UWA. I expected to find community naturally. I even moved into a residential accommodation there, but it never quite clicked. The move to Curtin completely changed that. The diversity here helped me see myself differently. I discovered that I thrive in collaborative, people-oriented spaces. The marketing units, especially group projects, made me feel alive, combining creativity, communication, and strategy. And at Curtin, I finally found the kind of community that I'd been missing. I joined lots of different student clubs. I joined Women in Business, SLEA, and my baby, CBCA, and it was finally a place where my outgoing personality didn't need to be toned down. It was actually an asset. When I first joined CBCA on their marketing team at the end of 2023, the club was brand new. We grew from 200 to over 1,200 followers, and I created so much content that I'd even say I helped popularize student interviews at Curtin.
So seeing that impact, hearing people talk about our events, it really changed my relationship with myself.
Because I knew how lonely it could be to not have community around you, being able to be a part of a club that created spaces for people to come together felt incredibly fulfilling. I realized that I thrive in purpose-driven, community-facing roles where I can see the difference that I'm making. Working at the Feedback Hub this semester built on everything I'd learned from clubs. Each week, I talked to students, gathered feedback, and realized how much purpose I find in work that's human and interactive. So, my time here at Curtin, I would say, has strengthened my confidence, my leadership, my creativity, but more than that, it's given me belonging. Looking back at my journey through uni, the sense of community that I've built is what I cherish the most deeply. I learned that I don't just want to work. I want to contribute, connect, and create spaces where others feel seen the way Curtin has made me feel. Curtin didn't just give me a degree, it gave me belonging. It taught me that success feels best when it's shared.
When I think about my future, I don't just want a career, I want purpose.
I've learned I thrive in environments that uplift and appreciate me. That's when I'm most confident, creative, and capable. My goal is to build a career that reflects who I am, someone who finds meaning in connection, storytelling, and strategy. It took me 2 years to build the digital portfolio that landed me my first marketing job. And that reminded me
Success takes time.
and that I can't have an all or nothing mindset. I just need to keep showing up. My plan is to focus on consistency. I'm going to develop my strategic side through more campaigns and share them through insights on LinkedIn. And I'm going to expand on my TikTok portfolio.
So one day, eventually, I see myself doing campaigns for beauty brands that I love, like Rhode Beauty.
But I also want to keep space for community in my life, even outside of work. That feeling of bringing people together is something I never want to lose. My biggest takeaway is that I want my career to feel human, a balance between creativity, purpose, and belonging.
It took time to build proof of what I can do, but that patience taught me that purpose and progress can coexist, and my career will always be about both. So, this is a message to future me. If you're second guessing yourself again, don't. You've got the instincts to lead, you can read a room, you bring people together, and when you trust that, things move. Remember how scared you were when you were switching your degrees? But we did it anyway. So I want you to trust that courage and focus more on showing up and being consistent.
Choose the work that feels like you. Strategy, storytelling, community, that mixes your lane. Prioritize relationships. For you, belonging isn't optional, it's oxygen. Some people can separate work and connection. You don't need to. Build where you feel seen, and you'll do your best work. Trust your instincts, trust the process, and when it's time to lead, step forward. This reflection really pulled everything together for me. Learning about my strengths and how they've improved through the employability tool, learning about what leadership can look like in the unit, and of course, finding belonging through Curtin. I've realized that I do my best work when creativity, purpose, and connection meets. So in that way, Curtin didn't just prepare me for work, it prepared me for who I'm becoming.